As this happens over the eons, structure begins to manifest in the universe.
Let me check again. Is the audio better? I think it is. But maybe I might need to restart the stream to get it to work. I hope I'm not revealing any state secrets by opening Photoshop, but I think it's cool. Then, what else can I close? I don't want to close Illustrator because I have something open here. But what I can do is, let me try and see if closing Photoshop will be enough to give Blender enough RAM to work. So I'm just quickly going to check the stream first, and then we start for the day. Or first of all, reload, see if it's live. If it is live, then I would check how the audio was initially and how it is. Oh, hey, voila. And how it sounds now that I've plugged in my mic. So let's see. Oh, hey, voila. And how it sounds now that I've plugged in my mic. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go back to the beginning first. I literally didn't have any audio from the beginning. Not a single audio. That's crazy. But I'm not even restarting the stream. What I can do is, let me try and see if But I'm not even restarting this stream. What I can do is let me try and see if. But I'm not even restarting this stream. What I can do. All right, all right, all right, all right. I think I'm set and good to go. I think what's going to be my value prop for these models that I'm going to upload on CGTrader is to give variety, because I feel like a lot of the models out there, they charge like a flat fee of, let's say, $7 just for one fixture, and maybe that is not I feel like might not be a good value for the money. Definitely not a good value for the time that I put into modeling it, but is it a good value for the money? I do not think so. You know? So somehow I feel like simple models like this should probably come in some kind of a pack. Yeah. Yeah. We have a cube. I'm going to bring in human for reference right here. I really want to learn how to use geometry node. I have a project that I really want to do, and it will require me to learn how to use geometry node. I really want to do it, but I do not have the time right now. I think after these 100 days, I will just dedicate some time, just the way I'm committed to the 100 days like this. I think I'm going to set a system that will make me even force me to commit even more. So a drawer should be around this height. Yeah. Compared to the human. I mean, if he's here and he's sort of standing in front of it just like so, I believe we should be able to open it. The only thing I want to do is scale it like so. So yeah, that's cool. This is a good size for this. I'm going to move this out. Right. Shift DX, and I can model our first. I feel like I want to model this by layers. Just model one and then duplicate upward. So the first one is this right here. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying that it's going to be problematic if I try to do that. So I'm going to do something like this. Bevel this. Open this up. Bevel this. Open this up just like so. And right here, I can select this and GZ. So that's nice. That's sweet. So right here, I can select these faces, but I'll apply scale first. And then I can just insert all of that, right? And for this right here, I can just extrude inward. And then I think these different levels of edge loop is enough to create that space right there. So I feel like in order to achieve this, I want to go back to this I did. So instead of an insert, I want to extrude inward. So this kind of serves as a container, right? And then I can apply this and treat this in isolation. So this can be extruded out just like so. I can select all. And I think I want to scale from the bounding box. So just have a smidge of space around it, just a smidge. I feel like this is even too much space. Cool. So what I'm looking at is a normal draw, but it has, okay, I think it looks something like this, basically. Insets, it insert, yeah, then it extrudes downwards, just like so, right? But if I was to duplicate this upward, it has a different look to it. So this right here feels like there's an extra layer on this side, and there's an inset, and I can extrude this out just like so. So this is what it feels like to me, basically. So with this setup right here, I can shift D, Z, and duplicate. No, shift D, Z, and I can repeat that move. This right here, I can select this GZ and move that out of the way. And yeah, I think we got it. Only thing that I feel like I need to put in place are the trims. So if you look at this, you would see that these edges, they have some trims to it, some trim lines, rather trim lines. So I'm going to add one here and add one on the side. For this, seems as though there is so much more to it. So I want to add this. I want to add one more here. I can select that and extrude. So I want to link these bolts, object data. Can select this all the way around, and then maybe I also want to select, or not necessarily select, add an edge loop here. Oh no, I'm not doing that. Cool. Can I add a bevel to this? Let's see. Oh man, okay, that's not bad. Just a smidge. Can I add an overall bevel to all these four? Okay, can do all four together. That's cool. So we are done with this. I'm going to move this to the side, Shift DX, and then we're going to move to another drawer. The next we're going to do is this one right here. This one looks technically the same thing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use the former one. Okay. But this looks a little different though. How am I going to approach this? I think what I could do is just model it closed. Yeah, I'm going to model it closed, and then so I'm going to still keep the same, but what I want to do is scale. I'm going to scale from the 3D cursor on the Z, just like so. And then all of this, I'm going to GX, and then all that. You know what? I'm going to select all of that, and then flip, right? So this right here, I feel like it's a little different. So I want to treat this differently. I would first of all apply my mirror modifier, and then I would select this inner face. and scale on all apart from the Z axis. So right here, I can bring in a loop on this side and I can just select this right here. But this is not working, so I would undo that, and then I want this loop to flow differently, like so. Let me see if I can do that. No. Delete edge. Can I make the cut on this side too? Okay, cool. So right here, I can extrude on that like slightly, ever so slightly. I think that same extrusion should apply. Should apply to this also. Extrude. I'm going to select that bevel modifier and I'll bring it all down to like 0.3 in size. And right here, I don't know what this part is, but it seems to me as some kind of an identifier for each of the levels. So I'm going to scale this down. Allow me to look at the stream a little bit. Allow me to look at the stream a little bit. Okay, cool. I look crazy on that stream. I'm so tired. I look wild on that stream, but it's all right. It's so good. SXGX, and then I can insert SZ, GZ. I can scale all that, but I'm going to scale from bounding box and then delete the face. Separate this by selection, and then I'll extrude this ever so slightly. But from what I'm seeing here, this wouldn't have a bevel, or even if it's going to have, no, it's not going to have a bevel. I want it to have a slight bevel though. So I'm going to switch to edit mode, select all, S and Y, and then change this to, and we have this. And from this I can shade auto smooth or shade flour. And then I think I want to do a little bit of material work for this. And the reason I want to do it is that I feel like I might forget what the material is like, especially with the fact that I do not keep those tabs open. I close them immediately I'm done. So even if it's just to texture one of them, so I can remember what the material looks like. I think I'm going to use this, but I'm going to modify that texture a lot. I'm going to do cube UV projects. I don't want it to look this old. So I'm going to go to shade editor and I'm going to take away a lot of that roughness. I'm going to bring in a mixed color first. Right? Change this to color. And all of this color data I'm going to plug into the factor so that I can now art direct how I want the color to be. I want it to be a shade of gray or a mixture of gray and white. All right. So we can send this into the base color. That's cool. Feel like the bump is a bit too hot, so I would first of all take out the displacement and then this is okay. I don't need to take out anything else. The distance between these two colors are so far, so I want to bring it a lot more close, and then I'll use the same material for this. However, I'm going to make it differently and use just dark visual language. And I think for this I can just shift D Z, right, and repeat that. So this is above the height of this drawer, so I'm going to copy it at this point. And yeah, this is the second one. I can GX, right? Next we're going to be doing is this one right here. Where is it? Not this one. I think I've done this. Do I want to do this? Oh my god. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to duplicate this, move it to cursor, and then I can bring in edge loops right here, select this, bevel that just like so, right? And again, this can just slot into the back like so, and I can have 3 drawers for this, duplicate that, separate this, and I can extrude this all the way out just like so. So I can select all that, set origin to geometry, and then just scale it in. So from this, it looks like we have an inset here just like so, right? Which extrudes inward, but then this face also extrude upward a bit. But it's not going to be this triangular, it has to be. So all of this like lines right here, I probably have to redirect, but let me look at this again. So I think it's exactly that way. I'm going to use the knife tool, create a cut here, create a cut here, and this edge right here, I'm going to dissolve that. Okay, maybe I can just select this entire one and extrude it just like so, right? I feel like I want to do more with this, because maybe for this I want to have a variation that is opened. Think. Okay, maybe for this top part, they're literally going to just be normal. Then for the down one, I want that to be opened. So we can, let me first of all create the handle. insert. We're going to come right to this part. GZ right here. SX0 right here. SX0. SX0. Can mirror that. And then what this looks like to me is scale this down, extrude inward slightly, and then we also have one more extrusion on this side, just like so. So it's kind of double layered, but there is also a bevel to this part right here. So I'm going to bevel this as well. But let me first of all apply the scale and then bevel. All right. So from here, this point up onto this point. Wash. Why am I not able to select? What I want to do with this selection is use it to create this a little bit of like a wedge up here so I can fill this. All right. And if I select this, I can fill this. So that's cool. Down here, I can insert GY and I can extrude inward. So I feel like this is enough for the handle. Shade auto smooth. If I add a bevel, how is that going to work with each other? Okay. G. So right here, I can shift D, Z. But before I do that, I want to look at this reference again. So there's something I just saw, I just spotted. I want to capture it here also. So I'm going to select this loop and I feel like I should get my slide edge add-on because Make Machine doesn't seem to be sliding edge the way I want it to slide. Okay, it's working. Fantastic. Fantastic. So I can extrude this outward and this also can be extruded out. So turn on bevel for me. And then this. Okay. Oh, messaging tomorrow. cool. Only need to adjust all this to shade flats. So right here, Shift D and Z. Let's do that again. Shift D, Z. And I can repeat that step. Select this right here and choose it. And this, I want to pull this out and then just create slightly better mechanism down here. So it looks like a ridge. It's a lot actually. I'm going to approach like this. First of all, I'm going to add an edge loop down here and just connect this. SY0. Right here, can select this and can just extrude inward slightly. And this right here, can select this face and extrude. I want to see if that same is going to apply to this space. I do not think so. I feel like this is going to be slightly different. So I'm going to bring in an extra loop. I'm going to bevel that loop. And then we're going to have something that looks like this. Extrude. And this also extrudes. Point 0.004. Let's do 0.003. Oof. Delete face. Delete face, and then maybe we can join just like so. Merge at last. Merge at last. Let's see. Okay. Think I'm done with this. I can GX out of the way and then do another one. Let me see this one. Looks like something I've done before. Same applies to this. And same applies to this. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick one of these ones and create a two-layered I'm going to create two-layer options for this right here first. Shift DX, and I'm going to select both. I'm going to select this edge, dissolve edge, and GZ. Right. I don't like these two being the same height. I feel like this one too can kind of be layered, you know? Shift DX, Shift DZ. GZ. Why am I unable to duplicate this one similarly? Okay, I can't do that. I feel like I should have one of these with a closed drawer. So all of these things that are happening here would have to be deleted, and I can shift D. Let's see. GC. Okay. I think this is looking like a little park already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 6, not 7. I want to do 3 for this. Or rather, I would like to do 4 for this. A 4 option drawer for this. So it's going to be GZ. And I can shift D. Let's see. Now, in relation to the guy, I think that is what I'm going to use to judge if this is feasible. So definitely not, because it is way taller than he is. So I'm going to rework all of this entirely. All right. So what I want to do now is I'm going to select both, and then I want to bring this down in height so that I can easily shift D on the Z and slot it in just like so. Okay. Sweet. So this I can just bring down just like so. All right. I think this is cool actually. I would like to do one more variation of this, and I'm going to call it an item here. What other variation? Let's see. I like the way this is arranged. Like, it just looks very, very informal, and yeah, I really like this. I think this is how I'm going to arrange the final render in CGTrader. Aside from that, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm going to call it a night right now. I'll just duplicate this first of all, and I'm going to create ultra slim drawers. All right, ultra slim. And with this, I can shift D and Z and just repeat that just like so. With this, I can GZ into position and voila. I think we got it. I think we're good for the night. And I mean, I can't even tell you guys how exhausted I am. I'm sure I'm never audible enough. I sound like I'm very, very under my breath. But it's cool. GY to open this drawer. So I was talking about the formation right here. Just placing them around, scattering things. This looks like a very small set. So maybe I want to make this like a really small set. GZ. Just like so. So the arrangement is going to go thus. Let me see the material first. I'm going to bring in a sky texture. See what that looks like. I do not think this material is doing any justice to it. So what I want to do is bump up the metallic and see what it's looking like. So the metallic did something, but the roughness map is looking crazy. So I just want to monitor that and see what that looks like. So I think with this, I can just make these parts gray and this a bit more gray. Can bring this, and then I'm going to look at the normal again. I'm going to bring this down to 0.2. This looks too sharp, just way too sharp. And I think because of the bevel. So I want to see if the bevel is not enough. Probably want to add more. 0.001. Let's take this up to 0.003. We're going to copy this. 0.003. That's cool. So this 3 handles, I'm going to link to this, but this time around, this one is going to have a slightly different color tone, like we said initially. So this, and this link materials. So this right here, I can select this and G, move to the top, RZ, link materials. I can select this link materials also, and something feels weird over here. I feel like it's this. Could it be because I flattened this face? Or maybe I can just just Q project. Easy peasy. For this, I feel like this part had a different color. So you see this part right here. I'll select this too. Select more. R. And then I'm going to hit this with the black. With the black color. Nope. As a matter of fact, I feel like I want to apply. I think it's the bevel that is working right here. So I probably want to apply the bevel. Right, and then I'm going to do that again. So select more. Right here I can add and then bring in a new texture, make that black and make that roughness a little high. I can assign, and then I think this is cool. It feels like two surfaces are going at it right here. So I'll just select this one and move it forward a little bit. So this looks really cool. I'm going to link object data right here. And yep, nice one. GX, I can RZ this slightly. Remember, I'm going for that particular formation that I saw in that picture. And look at the person that says he's going to sleep is still up right now. Like, this is absolutely insane. You know what? I feel like this one goes to the back. G. And this one that is opened can be in front. I feel like the fact that the drawers are open is like really cool. Makes it look rad. Can link both. Yeah. I want to link object data. Oh. Maybe I can just choose it. You know what? Maybe I should do this myself. I've linked materials already. So I can apply the bevel on this, select this, and probably select more. And this right here, I can assign, select these two and GY. So cube UV project on this. I'm just going to select these two and just link object data. I probably also want to link material. So in terms of the object data, it seems something seems to not be working, and I think if I select this two and still not working. So maybe I need to assign both. So yeah, that's cool. I'm going to select all of this bunch. Oh no, without the tag, select link. And I think the tag can have this material right here. Link material. So I can select all the other ones just like so and link to this one. So I feel like this should be slightly different from every other thing. So while this is facing this side, this is facing this side. And then I'm going to move this to the back of the stack. This right here, I'm going to link material. I feel like this has some color to it. And why am I just seeing the color to work on it? I'm going to desaturate the whole thing. It has a little bit of color. this again. Like, this is, you know what? Let me link to this and see. I just hope it works. Oh shit. GZ. You know what? Select all. And I can GZ into place. Just like so. And oh, it's not going to work. Okay. I have to do this manually again. GZ. Select both. I'm going to select more. I'm going to assign this. And I can select both and link object data just like so. I can go to the top view and just place this right around here. I feel like this needs to be smaller. But no, I'm going to keep it like this. And this is going to be right here. So I'm going to bring in a camera into the scene. Right, and lock the camera to just get a good camera position. I feel like a good camera position is this right here, but with a longer lens. This one back here, I can't even see that at all, but I don't think it matters. I just need to show that it's a set of metallic drawers, and I think that's good enough. I want to add another camera and see if I can get another view of this. Maybe I can just get something boring and symmetric like so. All right. I think I still need to touch. All these edges are just too sharp. As a matter of fact, maybe I should just do it myself. Like, instead of adding bevel modifier, all of these edges are too sharp. So before I render, I'll go through. I want to look at the day. Which one is the metallic drawer? Metallic drawer is day 64, and I'm just going to save that file. Day 64. I'm going to call this metallic drawer. Yeah, we're done for the night. Something that came to mind when I was working recently is that this list is very tentative. I'm still going to take certain things out, and that's because from my CGTrader account, I already have a feel for what's working and what moves, what people buy. I kind of want to make more of that. For example, I don't know if I can pull up my CGTrader right now. Let me see. CGTrader, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Man, can't seem to get it. Oh,
Hey guys, welcome to another.
Okay, I think I can get it from my account. I should have my CGTrader linked down here. Ah, no, it's not. Jeez.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Joe.
Okay, I've gotten the CGTrader link. I am going to open this down here, and I really want to just open it just to show you a feel for like the ones that are working. For example, my supermarket model, I probably want to make another set of that in this new set that I'm making. I'll do that. I'll do something with monuments. In fact, let me just note it down so I don't forget. With monuments like this, I feel like I want to do one like this, because this one's sold. So let me go to my account, and then yeah, I want to do monument. I think I'll actually do monument. And it doesn't have to be Nigeria. I think I'll do a little bit of Ghana, a little bit of Banjo, Gambia, just some like that. Where is it? Let me just put it down here. More supermarket. More bridges, monuments, and then what else? It's not open. I think everything just signaling to just go and sleep. Everything is signaling to go and sleep. I'm out, guys. So that's it, guys. So long, and until I see you guys in the next one. Peace.